Welcome back. We are... Okay, right. We just finished the Marasa scenario. It's been a couple of days. In fact, it's been a whole week, as you've probably guessed already. Let's see if there's anything else we can do on the boat before we leave. Probably not. And yes, here's the very silly looking oil baron, as before. And there's the kid who almost looks like the playable character from Grand Order, which I've said before. I don't think there's anything to pick up here that we haven't already, but just to be sure before I leave. Because if I leave without everything, I'm going to feel a little silly. You know, more than I already do just playing this game in the first place, but I digress. Space Colony Arc, yeah, we've heard about this before, I think. I do appreciate that there's a lot of work that's gone into the amount of plot that was involved here. We already have that, so there's no need to get another one. That would just be silly. Even by the measure of things in this game. I go down to the lobby. And everything is going to be very much the same here. Anyone got anything hidden under the table? Nope. Nothing to see here. Move right along. The robot is gone. The robot. Well, yes, that's also because the map won't scroll that high. Oh, right. Well, unfortunately, you kind of can't do anything about that in the real world here, yeah. Her hair is very bright. Can I do anything in here? Not really, no. It's just a big old metal door. And that's about it. This sign... That'll take us back to the boat later on, but obviously right now... We're not allowed to do that, and yes, the enemies here are a little stronger than they are... in the previous parts of the game, of course. Oh, I get it. It's a pun on Yamazanadu, who is another character. See, it's a reference to another character in the series who doesn't actually show up in this game. I think I've mentioned it before, but the game script is just full of a lot of references like that for people who are more interested in these things, which, to be fair, I kind of would be, but I do approach this whole thing in a very blasé manner, I guess. I'm very sorry if anyone is upset by that. It is not my intention to upset anyone by being like, this exists. Also, that enemy can just go eat a butt after that dodge, frankly. Yeah, you'll definitely notice the enemies are getting a little stronger here because we've got enemies here, all who can just take getting hit by Druid Man and survive. More than 300. More than 130 HP. That is not going to make me feel great. In fact, it's going to make me want to sort by code, rather. And let's go get that attack 30 in here. Because goodness knows that if we can get away with throwing that out there for some extra damage, that's always great. And do I have something a little better than those earth waves in like one of my main codes here? We haven't used medicine in a while. I should probably put her in there. I've never used Marasa before, so that could be something to demo. We got these tomahawks. Those you do pretty good. But otherwise, our options are kind of limited in there. How about L? Do we have anything decent in L? Pretty much just more of the same. Asterisks. I haven't shown off Spannerman before, so I guess it's his time to show up. Also, yeah, obviously that's where we're going, is by the big obvious hotel sign, but I'm gonna make sure that there's things I can do here before I go, basically. Alright, subchip vendor. Let's max ourselves out on everything. Just because we have boatloads of cash, we may as well. And crack tools are always good, even if they're a little bit expensive here. And virus scans are going to come in very handy against certain bosses, just for purposes of being able to find them again. And this weird building. That's a weird building. We can go in, but... we can't go in, rather, but the door is unlocked and it's very dark. It's just some building. We get no information about it. What are we to assume at this point? That's a good question. Ooh, Crashlink 3. That is oddly early to get something like that, I feel. But also keep in mind that you'd be using that with absolutely minimal support in terms of your chip codes. Boy, wouldn't I be a better streamer if I could just stop being like a complete clown? But I'm just kind of bad at speaking. And that should give you a little bit of an idea as to what Spannerman is like. First of all, he's got the Gutsman shockwave down every single row thing going, and also hits like a truck to begin with, and second of all, hits all rows if given the opportunity. Hits all rows. Oh my god, I just explained that. I'm sorry. He also hits the enemy in front of him an additional time if you are right in front of something. So the damage output from that can be immense. Yeah, it's just a fight we can just let end on its own because of Dark Desert being really powerful. And let's get ourselves over to the hotel and get some cutscenes and blah, blah, blah. We can jack into the intercom. But also, we can jack into the mini fridge and we can get a look at, well, first of all, we can find out how much they're overcharging us for shit at the minibar. And second of all, we can see that background once again. And thirdly, we can also scan for items, enemies, you know, all the usual stuff. Gonna recover 300 in a code that we probably won't use a whole lot, and in fact, it's not really a chip that's really on my list of things to use very much. It is of minimal account in my ledger. And here's where things start to get a little bit frustrating for us because we'd have to get in between those tornado attacks. And it's not always a super easy thing to do. So usually we just want to end that fight as soon as possible. I don't think there's much of note in there. Also, another desk. Yeah, it definitely adds a lot of a feeling of like, hey, there's not much going on here, I guess. Well, none of that interests us. We're protagonists. We don't have to eat unless the game adds it as a mechanic. And now we come to this place where we get a fight before I get a chance to really explain any of the mechanical, quote-unquote, fun involved here. So we're gonna do things that way because well, we also can just goof this up. That's always a good time. I forget if we've seen this particular version of the dog enemy where they use the wide sword swipe in front instead of the cross sword. But yes, that's what we're dealing with here. They give us the step sword chips if we kill them, if I recall correctly. And this guy here is going to explain a bit of a problem here. Or is not going to, rather. So there's this whole main road themed design thing in all of the other internet areas. Except for some reason in Engelles' part of the internet, it is not something they have cottoned on to for whatever reason. You know, oh, those wacky foreigners, I guess, but it really is a bit of what I would call bad game design. You know, call me old-fashioned, but I think taking away major navigational aids in the middle of the game is a little bit of a bad idea. If the whole game had been like this, well, I would just say that the whole game was kind of questionably designed, but now we've got this going on just out of nowhere, and also, it's a teleport maze! Oh boy, wasn't Sabrina's gym your favorite part of Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow and Green and whatever other colors of Pokemon there were? Like orange or something? I don't know. Also, those fuckers didn't die from that. I call a little bit of shenanigans there. They had 140 HP, not 170. Did I goof something up by taking that Dark Desert? Yeah, see, there's that guy explaining the gimmick now that I've clumsily clunked through it. So if I explained what's going on with these spider enemies before, I feel like I have not. When they throw webs at targeted panels, if you step on those, you will take damage. And the different variants of them are different elements. And of course, their damage and everything goes up too, because, you know, why not? Alright, show me potato salad. Come on. Apparently not. No potato salad for me. Oh, that enemy just freaked out. Do I still have the... Do I still have the money-only thing in my add-ons? No, I cannot have that right now. Well, I can, I guess. I'm just getting really terrible luck for chip drops. Well, alright, I guess. That's not where I'm gonna go yet. I'm gonna get very lost in this section, by the way, because, as I've said, design here is not exactly very good. And again, I do want to point out also that, for what it's worth, I'm not here to be like, oh no, a Touhou fan game is hard. I kind of expect as much, because this is it is this series, and the fan base does have a bit of a difficulty fetish that becomes a little bit unironic a lot of the time, despite any attempts to make it seem like a joke. And yeah, I'm complaining about it being a bad design type of hard, because there's ways to make games hard without necessarily designing them badly. Like, for example, there was that flying section in Rayman 2, and that was difficult, but it was for a good reason. Like, you had to get the thing together and, you know, be good at it. Also, that doesn't pierce armor. That's some shit. Speaking of things that are some shit, these guys, yeah, they pierce your invisibility. It's really stupid. It's, again, kind of bad design. I feel like I've said that a lot. So, yeah. Like, the flying section in the Under the Lava Sanctuary in Rayman 2 was hard. And part of that is a little bit questionable because, like, you have to learn a new mechanic fairly early on. But a lot of it is by virtue of the fact that you're learning to do something new, and a lot of the design is just, okay, it's a tightly designed level. It's, you know, that's not too bad of a thing. And then there's the flying shell parts of Rayman 2 that are badly designed because it's a new mechanic introduced at the very end of the game for the final boss, and they basically just straight up tell you that, oh, yes, by the way, we intentionally designed this so you would have to, basically they intentionally designed it badly and added a control to make it less bad, is what I'm trying to get at. And yeah, so there's definitely some residual salt there from last week. If anyone wants to call me a salty Sam for that, I wouldn't be completely in disagreement with you as far as calling me salty, because honestly, just honestly, I'm having a normal one. Shut up. This is completely normal, I swear. It is not normal at all. It's just a video game, come on. And yes, I would classify this as more the bad design type of difficulty. Like, hey, yeah, we decided to just not tell you where you're supposed to go anymore. Great, okay, So, you just want me to walk in circles until I get it right. Okay. Well, I admire your honesty, I guess. But also, like, fuck you. And again, I hope that any of my volume is coming through necessarily, because I'm sitting at a weird angle. My chair is a little bit beat up. I need a new one at some point, really. So we're going back where we were before, by the way, to continue to sweep this area for anything we may have missed. Alright, so I'm just going to white card, and we're going to see what happens here. If we pop Dark Desert now, we will lose our attack bonus from the full synchro. And that's not good for anybody. Nobody wants that. Alright. Let's get some HP back. By the way, I do want to point out how nice it is to, like, never have to use recovery chips because of having something so busted in our folder. Thank you, game, for giving me a free, stupid piece of bullshit that was completely unearned. I still am just in awe, by the way, if you can't tell, of the fact that this was just available to us. Like, are you for real? That has got to be some kind of an oversight. And if any of the devs ever watch this, I feel like that might be something you want to fix at some point. Although, if not, I'm not complaining. But, seriously, I don't feel like I should have that. Also, by the way, we are deep enough in the game where we should be popping antiviruses before we check green datas. As we continue to get some more junk. I've never really used that thing, the charge cannon chip. Just have never used it. Hey! Thank you for the double delete that doesn't probably feel like it should count. And oh shit, I forgot about you. Oh god, we're gonna have a bad time. And not even like in a Sans Undertale kind of way, just the fact that we've got to deal with this shit. Oh crap, I thought I had the timing on that, but I did not. I like that she doesn't flinch during all of her attacks. Alright, well, that one's a bit of a bust. That's unfortunate. Alright, line yourself up with me. And have a billion damage in the face. Hello there, Boy Bill. I believe I am pronouncing that correctly. Oh, that was very unfortunate on my part. Wow. I'm doing this really not great. On the other hand, this boss doesn't seem to be too hard so far. I suppose the other possibility is just that the steering wheel could choose to keep chasing us. I'm actually going to switch over to dock style for a bit here, and die instantly. Awesome. When did I last save? Probably at the very beginning of the stream. That... Wow, that's a lot of damage I took there. Yeah, so, okay, we're gonna... We're basically gonna, I'd say, speedrun this section, but that's a bit of a misnomer here. But we are going to, you know, basically jump through these cutscenes. And we're going to come back for the items later. Because they weren't super important, were they? Although picking up crack tools would probably be a good idea. In fact, I will actually go do that once I am done in here. A couple of these. Again, very easy at least, so... If we get in there while we can... Well... We'll come back for the other things. And I know I said I would skip the items, but you know what? I'll go and get the crash link while I'm here too. Because again, it's not hard to pick that up. If I remember where it is. There it is. Alright, now we get the fuck out. And we go back on the net and we... go about our things. I actually kind of do want to go back and take another crack at Marasa because I think I can beat that boss if I'm a little more careful. Granted, saying that, I'm sure that I'm gonna absolutely fuck it up immediately after saying that, so... This could be a bit of a comedy of errors, as they say. Not sure who they are or why they say it, but that's the place we're at right now, I guess. That works. Not super amazingly, but it works. And we talked to that nerd already. I should know that by now. Apparently I don't. Yay, lasers. This hand is kind of terrible. But okay. It's starting to feel like I should probably sub out white card because it doesn't feel like it actually helps that much. I will be honest with all of you that I'm starting to feel like, oh, this is not that good. And again, maybe a lot of that is just because I have a very large amount of junk in my folder, basically. Basically. It's very definitively junk, but still. It's not feeling like it's the... Like it's the, you know, the greatest thing here, but... Might leave it in for a little bit. It's... got an effect, I guess. Sort by code. What can we do instead of that? Again, we could throw that tomahawk in there. Metal cube is never really bad. I've never shown off Marasa yet, have I? So I'm gonna try that out. Let's see if she's like just basically a freeze time lob attack, or if she's more like Skullman. Oh wait, no, I can't do that in one turn. And I just have to choose the one M ray gun and let these goofuses advance and not get what I'm looking for here. Now remember, move back. I figured, oh hey, let me move to not the front, so that way I will remember to, I'll be able to see when to move back, and then I don't move back. Brilliant, just brilliant. Well, I think I lost that health, so, or I think I deserved losing that health, rather, so, The C recov thing, by the way, is, I believe that you recover health when you use a chip, which is potentially pretty strong. Oh, nice. That lined up into a triple. That's pretty good. Oh, maybe a triple. Oh, it still worked? Okay. Marissa. This. Right. And just sit here mashing the A button until we get a sword in there. Here. Get into a fight before I can grab the two greens. Hey. Again, though, those chip drop rates are just kind of appalling. Get a quick save in here and let us do our thing against this nerd once again. Okay. Switch style. Okay, so I feel like that's just an effect that's basically just Skullman from the original Battle Network, where he just drops on the target for massive damage with auto-targeting. And let's interrupt that real quick. Well, okay, that worked. Barrier, Tankman, let's do this. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do that. That was awesome! I don't care about anything. Hit detection? What the fuck is that? Oh, now she's doing doubles. That's not exactly favorable. Well. Yeah, okay. Here comes the part where you just start having a really suboptimal time. Oh, she did not like that. And we get our Marasa V2, and I've pretty much made Engelles Area 2 a bit of a death zone. Because that is where she appears. Also, fast gauge T. I mean, again, fast gauge is good, but can I get it in a code that's not bad? Yeah. Got him. Actually, saying that, there is some worthwhile stuff in T-code. But, I haven't really put it together before, so, yeah. Alright, we want to go over here. I think this is the side of Engelles Area 2 we have to be in. I think the other side has some stuff for us to pick up, but is not essential for us to make forward progress in the game. Oh, that's some good targeting, actually. I will accept that. Excellent. Nice wide array of items. So, getting to this is definitely a bit of a find an invisible path issue. I wonder if there's something that will reveal invisible paths for us. I don't think there is, because there usually is not in these games, but maybe. Hey! That lined up very, very well for us. I'm pretty grateful for that. I'll take a little bit of cash, a little bit of cash, a little bit of cash. Let's finish this off. At 320 damage, that's pretty good. That's pretty nice. And we get the same code of charge cannon that we've been getting for the past billion years, basically. Well, that's our way to the Engelles Square, and the only way for us to get over there involves us going back to the other side of the map. Which I guess we will do in a moment. Oh boy, another thing I'm not going to use probably. Maybe I will at some point. Ooh, it's connected to the undernet, you say? Well, That seems relevant. Snore. At least I'll be able to feed the chip trader very nicely when I get back. Although that's going to take a bit. Because, yeah, the scenario here is a little bit on the lengthy side. Single druid man should take this out. Yeah. Absolutely, Roddy. And I'll just take my bubble gun and be done with it. Hey, yeah, the same charge cannon chip, but an asterisk. At least that's better. That's more usable. I could try putting it into a folder and see if it's any good. And in fact, I probably will. But not until I do this. Oh, I was hoping that the enemy in the back would get targeted, not gonna lie, but oh well. Oh well. Yeah, 200 damage is pretty respectable looking. I just am not 100% sure if it's gonna hit very hard. Or what the hell am I saying? 200 is gonna hit pretty hard. I don't know if it's gonna be usable, basically. Let's save up here. I'm sure there's gonna be another gauntlet fight against enemies that are not really, not really very impressive. As we get the jackers, her. Make your own jokes, I guess. Or let me do it for you by going her, and basically pointing out when you should be laughing. And, okay, so that'll be what the charge cannon ship is like, as we can see from that dude down there with the big freaking gun. And also from me missing a pretty big attack there a moment ago. Oh, I'll take a double damage effect here. They're starting to get really cheesed off, huh? Yeah, that's right. Damn it, I got interrupted. Well, that's a pretty big problem that I flinch when getting attacked. So basically, do that from cover or don't do it at all. Which, granted, is something that I can, a change in the world that I would like to see that I can personally be, but on the other hand, it doesn't exactly fill me with much desire to use that very much. Let's get out our universal solvent here. That being Druidman, who takes care of the big dude for us. Oh, nice! Nice. Thank you so much for walking right into the trap, you idiots. Classic enemies in this game. Just, wow. They will just give you what you want for free sometimes. Hey, nice triple. Oh, baby. Do another sort by code, and let us find what we can remove. Oh, yeah, we don't have our power plus 30 in here for some reason. Well, charge cannon, move the hell over. Grab that. Square should be, like, right over here, I think. Okay, so I don't think the dragonfly is going to die instantly to this. No, unfortunately, we have to actually, like, land another hit here. Come on, get into a line with me. That thing moves around really fast, and it's kind of a problem. All right, into the square we go. What do we got around here? Well, we got some HP memories to buy out. We've got these, but I think we're maxed out on those in terms of what we can fit into a folder. Star Bomb, that's a new one for us. Shell Armor 2. I think we have... No, we don't have those yet. Flare Gun. Again, one we don't have yet. Poison Net, that's the web thing. But Poison Element, which is kind of nice. I mean, M-Code, it would fit in with our other shit. Black Napalm. Add heat to detonate. It's a black bomb chip. You hit it with a fire attack and it explodes all over the field. That's pretty good. Earth Power. Elemental attacks rise from terrain. Yes, this is a good thing if you're using a lot of field stuff because you can throw extra attacks out of the ground and it can basically wipe the field pretty easily. However, we're not doing enough field changing to really warrant picking that up. We are going to... I'm going to double check how many Electro Fangs I have in here. And see that we have as many as we can carry. Well, now that just depresses me that those are in a wrong code there, but Electric Drill, Elephant 1, we actually need more of those. And yeah, we have enough twos, so there's no reason to bother picking those up. Subchips, let's stock up. Virus Scan, we can get those for cheaper outside. And Full Energy, bah. So this is pretty much another talk to everybody type of scenario. Or at least talk to the NPCs that matter. Folders can have one more Navi chip. That sounds pretty good if I get the right things there. R Hole Fix, that could be useful in certain fights. L Headwind, L Tailwind, those are both... It's hard object. I'm not gonna... I'll pick up the Custom Plus, even though I probably won't use it very much. Okay, I don't think I've ever actually used this number trader number, so I'm going to put it on my list here. No, 166. No, I've used this before. Never mind. I was incorrect. Pardon my foolishness. Let's just talk to the random NPCs around here. Find out all we can. And yeah. Well, we can go see the sites if we want, but I want to have a look. Not here yet. I'm actually going to go back to the main homepage. We can go wherever we want to, basically, from here, except to the Undernet, which we don't have the portal to just yet. I should probably see about getting that. And again, doing a quick scan to make sure that the debug zone hasn't opened yet. Because I don't 100% know when it becomes available. Oh, I think it's available here, yes. The demo bonus room. This is an excellent place for us to, you know, goof off and do some fun stuff here. A couple of spoiler bosses here. Let's have a quick look at this goon. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and try to whack Druidman this early on because this should be pretty easy. 2600 HP. And, you know, here I am saying, oh, that sounds easy. Well, trust me, 2600 HP is about the only asset that this goofus has. It is very easy with the Elefang chips, which just absolutely obliterate this guy because, like, lining up, he barely moves. Look at this. This smug asshole here is just like, hey, yeah, I don't feel like it. Can you... And of course, they decided to make him poison elemental also. See, this is hard to dodge, but a lot of that is also because we're not just constantly just ripping into him. Also, yeah, you can see the other thing with him is that he's poison elemental. And I'm actually kind of ashamed of the fact that I'm taking this much damage in this fight because, honestly, I shouldn't be. Later on, at least, we will just be laughing at this dude. Oh, now he's moving. Unfortunately, it's literally just back and forth. Back and forth, he sways with the wind. Resolution slips away again. And I mean, if you hit him with anything that's, like, even remotely damaging, he's just like, ugh, and he fucks off. To be honest with you, it's basically just the snowman from Earthworm Jim. Oh, that's one I've never seen before. That's actually kind of scary. I'll give him some credit for that. But wow, he does not pop that out until, like, the absolute latest time possible. What are you... LR, LL, RLR. While holding select, you can start a new game with enemy difficulty raised by 1 rank. LLL, RRR, LR, hold select. All Star Force add-ons in your backpack. RLRL, RRL, select with the Dead Body add-on, which we already have. So yeah, I think ultimately we're not going to mess with a lot of this too much. Except this is like a brief show-off for some of these things, because I don't feel like... reckoning with the plot right now, thinking, oh yeah, I can probably deal with all this. I've never fought this fight, by the way, so I'm going into this completely blind. Oh, right, we're not supposed to use that word anymore on Twitch. I forgot. Because instead of consulting actual people with vision problems, they were just like, oh yeah, what you would like would be if we told people to not use the word blind. It's very, very bad. And I don't want to turn this too much into, like, politics. And I'm definitely very much in favor of, if you can avoid offending people, you probably should. But also, the overall consensus between people who have various vision issues is that this isn't really helpful, and they should just consider doing something like, hey, make it so there's like a, you know, just various things that would actually help. Text-to-speech for things for the chat was something that I heard suggested. And, you know, instead they came up with this, which, you know, if saying blind to refer to going into something with insufficient knowledge is bad, by all means, I will stop doing that. And that is a discussion then that we should have as, like, the whole world, basically, as a society, as it were, as opposed to just one you know, one streaming website being like, hey, yeah, let's remove the blind playthrough tag. And it's basically just the equivalent of that Sailor Moon tuxedo mask meme where it's just like, but you've done nothing, and he's just disappearing. I could have explained that better, but I hope that the basic point about how absolutely mortifyingly worthless that is comes across. Well, how about that, I guess? I killed Flandre, and I could not kill Druid Man, even though Druid Man is so much easier. And I know that I pronounced the kid's name wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I don't have anyone actually watching this who cares even a single bit about the Touhou series. Probably not a whole lot of people who care that much about Battle Network watching it either, but I could be wrong about that. If you want to kill me for what I just did, well, okay. If you could just wait a little bit for me to finish streaming. You having fun there, kid? I'm happy for you. Now scram. That's an alright get there. Oh, that's a baseball. Wait, no, that's... I'm sorry, that's something else. That's a JoJo reference. Is that a motherfucking JoJo reference? Oh, I wish I could say that I'm sorry, but I've never really been sorry about much of anything. Oh, my health, even though I'm at a full 620 here. Take the trap net. Vapors that are cruddy. Let's... That is not the place I want to go. I think it's this one that I'm going to. And then we can jack out and we can go do the plot, I guess. No, that's not the area I want to go. This place is so confusing. It really could have stood to have, like, a system of roads that were nicely labeled and everything. And yet, here we are. Here we are. I'm gonna run from this fight because I don't have a good way to take care of this. This, I think, is actually the place where Marasa shows up. Yeah, because over there is the way up, so we do have to go back and then go back again. I'm getting confused, as has probably been made quite clear by now, because, wow. Wow. Oh, I was expecting it to just target me very directly there, but apparently it decided not to. Well, that's your loss, buddy. Alright. Yeah, I'll take your fire net there. Yeah, unfortunately, by the way, the machine gun damage from Tank Man can't really be modified very much. Like, I think some effects can double it, but maybe only full synchro. But as you saw, that plus 30 did not give his attack any boost whatsoever. Which is very unfortunate because, yeah, I'd like to be able to hit harder, obviously. Move backwards. Yeah, that's right. Alternately, if this thing would like to port into one of the sand holes. Hello? Do you not understand how this works? Fine, I'll just give him the death ray. It's that guy. So we're gonna go up here. Again, I really don't understand how this map works sometimes. I'm kind of shocked by it, really. Nice. That cleaned things up nicely. Is this where I'm going? Yes. This is indeed where I'm going. And here we get a couple of blubsters. Without really having the best way of dealing with them in hand right now. Alright, if you could come out of the back row, it would be nice. That's right. Or you can continue to do that. Well, good thing we got a ranged attack there, so, yep. I'll take the money. And we talked to you before, you're just like, har har, you're in the wrong area, nerd. To which I go, that's not very nice. And there's our custom plus. Was that all there was over here? I can swear there was something else. Wow, okay. Can you stop that, please? I guess getting hit by the charge cannon lifts your invulnerability entirely? Or maybe it was from being in the net that everything else was able to target me through. And, of course, this is our first encounter with a status effect, by the way. We are burnt, so our attacks are dealing half as much damage. And if you think that sounds really, really dumb, yes, it really is. To be honest with you. It's kind of crummy. Thankfully, it didn't last long, though. Alright. Alright, can we be, like, almost done over here, please? There we go. Just 4K, but alright. Let's carry on with the plot. Oh, look, it's this kid again. Being robbed by a vaguely racist stereotype? Ooh. Okay, so that's real cool. They that's yeah, character acting very stereotypically gay to warn off a robber. That's real good writing. Like, I was about to say that the idea of just that kind of reminded me of that hiker from the Pokemon Sun and Moon games during Kiawe's trial. And then that happened, which I had forgotten about completely. God, this whole section is actually, like, kind of awful, and I'll talk about it more later on. That I have feelings about this. And they are not exactly the most positive of feelings. Alright, so I guess we're going to have to walk in front of some of these places. Well, I guess we gotta go look at the statue as well from the front here, maybe. Oh, I get it. That's why you're dressed up like a detective. And so we also have a clock tower to go look at. And let's see, where else is there? Oh, you're not gonna tell me? Okay. Good, I'm glad that I forgot in all of the other stuff. This is kind of what I get. I admit that I've blocked some parts of this out a little bit because, yeah, you saw why. Here, let's check out Engelles' historic alleyways. And talk to a shady-looking sub-chip merchant. And, oh right, this very generic bridge. And, just giving us a piece of very expensive jewelry. And, yeah, there's just this whole section. This is basically the same as the section in Battle Network 2. Except a little bit more meanly done. And we have to go talk to somebody else, I guess, because, you know. That everyone being really terrible. And who's this weirdo? Oh boy. That guy did look pretty creepy, so. An abandoned house that just has the door unlocked? Well, okay. So, basically, this is pretty much the same as usual, and we can't establish a link yet because the link sprite there is dead. And do we have that code? Yes, we do. Yeah, whatever. We can spend money despite no connection back to the boss. And honestly, like, getting any of this right now is kind of unuseful. Although that's pretty powerful, the Danma gun, but we don't have enough money for it anymore because we bought all those HP memories. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about that Goofus. Beaten a lot of them up before. Alright, you sell add-ons. What do you have? Charge Shot becomes Lance. That's the 2-punch, not the one that attacks from the back like in the regular Battle Network series. Alright, it's Panel Crack. L is Cube. Constantly lose HP during battle and healing hurts. Ooh, that would suck. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. You can't make me. Not without, like, huge donations, which, again, saying that seems kind of mean. And this part is gonna be kind of irritating because we can't just sub-chip our way into mystery data. So we have to deal with a lot of random encounters coming out of the mystery data, which I'm still going to attempt to open because, hey, library completion, and also I might occasionally get something good out of it. And we have to navigate the Undernet, which is just the cherry on top of the boot sundae. Just what a time to be alive! Am I alive? I don't feel like it. Crud. Let's go in Viz and land a punch. Those things shoot pretty fast, by the way. They fire their star bombs, I guess, at a shockingly fast rate. And this area is a conveyor belt maze. Hooray! Someone who designed this is a huge asshole. But at least we get a couple of Duragons here to make our lives just as miserable as before, really. Okay, and we get the Dragon Flame chip from them. We saw that in the shop, and obviously just kind of disdained it because, like, really? Shopping at this point? And sadly, no, we can't take the Undernet shortcut because we don't have access to skull doors. So the one great thing about these Duragan enemies is that they are 2 hitboxes. most of the time at least. So if you have a piercing attack, it will hit them very hard. If you just get in their face and punch them with a lance, it's a free 200 damage. Hakeros are 2 hits. Marissa's 2 hits. Tankman's machine guns hit twice. All kind of good stuff like that. Alright, so we've got these Busha War guys here who are... yeah, they're basically wood element versions of the sword enemies that we fought already, so yay. And they give us Leaf Sword Chip. Hooray. Excuse me. I'd like to apologize if I seem a little low energy in this section. I need to save it so I don't blow any gaskets or anything, because God, this area sucks. Like, how long do you think it takes to design something like this? Honestly, be real now. I know that probably not a whole lot of you here are video game designers, but just take a wild guess. I guess. Just, you know, throw numbers out there if you feel like. If that's your want. Or, you know, just think about it internally. Either way is fine. I do not make it compulsory to interact with the stream. But, you know, be honest with me. How easy or hard do you seriously think this is to design? Well, that area anyway. This area is a bit more of like an actual maze, so that's something, I suppose. Alright, Ghost Body. And yeah, that is really just really great. The double hit off of our friendly neighborhood. You know, that thing, the Earth Wave, yeah. 2 hits, that is great. It just kills those things in one go. I love it. And I admit that I am glad for there being a couple of enemies that are like, that you can have real strategies against. God, that sounds so disdainful, but it is not intended, trust me. It's probably at least partially because I literally just saw the fucking Metallica show up here, and those things are like kind of the worst, and I missed one of those. God damn it. And the huge wind-up on that is not exactly great. Do you pierce? You pierce. So with that said, I'm going to actually sit here in the middle. And wow, even the machine gun pierces. Gotta say, Tankman is pretty great. I am extremely pleased with the presence of that as an asterisk code chip. That definitely makes the game a hell of a lot easier in this area. Because I was doing that without in my first playthrough, and I was definitely suffering. What do we got? Two of these chodes? Okay. And again, you can get a quick look at that nice double hit from the Aura Sword there. Landing me a ton of free damage. Oh, really? Well, I guess I still had hang time from the shield. I probably should just permanently unequip that and, like, equip Crimson Noise on a permanent basis, because... oh, the irritation that shield causes. Wow. 8k, I will accept that, I guess. That's decent. this. Go Viz. And watches the Raijin mist all of the holes in the floor. That's kind of irritating, but oh well. Alright, well, the way those two were overlapped, I guess the hitboxes didn't, just did not, basically. That's one way to put it. Alright, what have we got going on here? More of the same? Naturally. So wait a second, you version 2. Yeah, I don't want to waste that. Come on, come down here. Out of the back row, too, would be nice. There we go. Another magnet storm, bug fragments, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so our target area is up in the corner over there. Well, that's not what I was expecting, but okay. Sometimes the targeting on that can be a little bit not necessarily the highest HP target, which is a shame. But what can you do? I can just remark about it in the middle of a stream and carry on with my life. Take the 5,000 and go to the next area of the undernet. As we get a floor that's all cracked panels. Cool. I love the sound of this. That. And if you're just going to sit in front of me, I'll just mash buttons. Well, I don't actually need to, you know, in order to land hits with that. I don't need to bother. Yay, we got the next version of the next version of the lance, Paladin Lance, in S code. That is something, that's for sure. So probably, I was gonna say, I'll probably take out the Wukong first, and it did not. So, you know, go ahead and make a liar out of me game, I guess. That was badly done. For a lot of reasons. There we go. There's our winning number there. I think that's where we have to go. First, let's do this. Clear the area. Do a quick scan for anything else that might be in the zone. Just in case there's a portal out, which I I'm not 100% sure if it is, but... You know, could be. 28 hundo. That's nice. This, and... Mash the button some. Mash the button some more. Get a double delete that doesn't really make sense. Get a single delete that doesn't really make sense. But I'm okay with all of that, so... Let us get our way back to... where we just were. Now, hopefully, this should just stun the entire field, right? I was gonna say, or do the flat cannons not count or something, you know? But thankfully, they do. Right, go invisible, Dark Desert, and just sit back and laugh as the enemies take care of themselves. As we don't get a busting level high enough to get any shotgun threes. Damn. Damn. Well, this is just a port across the way. Oh, I see we're going through Spectacle Rock here. Well, in that case, I guess we're still going to have a chance to fight a couple of those. Let's save right in front of this dude, and let's see if we can beat this Chungus here. And get what I'm pretty sure is going to be Dark Fang. I don't think there's a dark tornado that comes in those baldies. Oh, that was excellent. The chase pattern kinda sucks, though. Get it! Yeah! There we go. Dark Fang. It's in P code. P for piss directly in my mouth, apparently. Ooh, boy. That does not make me happy at all. Let me tell you, if you couldn't tell by the fact that I said something as vulgar as I just did. I hope everybody watching understands this stream is not intended to be family friendly. Unless your family are really strange, terrible people. Because, wow. I definitely said what I just said. I'll take the life shield. That's nice enough, I guess. Can we get to the purple data over there? Yes, we can. Oh, God, what are you doing here? Oh, right, you appear here, not in Area 1, or not Area 1, Area 2, which is what I said last time. Alright, well, we got a nice full hand here. We switched to Witch style. And holy fuck, she is moving fast as hell. I don't like that. That's gonna put a bit of a damper on things. I'm gonna have to reset. I don't remember where I last saved exactly. I just know that at some point I did save. Yeah, that's real helpful, isn't it? Alright, give me back some health. I probably should be waiting to pop that until much later, but here we are. Don't get hit in the back by the anchor. You'll feel real stupid then, won't you? Oh, that's good. That is good damage. Bless these stuns. That is some good times being had by all. Alright, now get in the front, please. Yeah! Woohoo! Unfortunately, that's only a rank 4, so we didn't get jack diddly shit out of that. Ugh. I'm disgusted with myself, and so are you. We go through the square, I guess. By the way, I didn't mean to say that you were disgusted with yourself. I meant that you were disgusted with me, rather. Unfortunately, I'm not always good at words, so... Hooray, we'll be able to heal at the start of next battle. Give me just a second here. Alright. Let's get back into it. 18 grand. That is some nice gets there. Alright, target the... Damn it, Marasa, you are useless, aren't you? You're kind of a meme. Pick this up. Yay, an HP memory just randomly hanging out on the internet. Strange place for it, even by this series' standards, but still, I'll take it, and I will not complain about having it. Just gotta sit there mashing A until things work for you. And we get Chain Gun O, which we actually just got one of those a second ago. I don't know how good those chips are because I haven't used them before. Oh hey, look at this creepy Joker. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, okay, so you literally just stole an attack from Flashman from Battle Network 3. Well, at least you didn't seem to explode in the process. Okay. Oh. I don't know if that's a thing that would really work without severely damaging your device. Honestly, again, if it's a thing from the royal family that is unusual in some regard, I don't think it's that shocking. A little bit, sure, but yeah, anyway. The next day, let's keep going. You know... Okay, Mr. Sawman, but, I'm gonna be honest. The fact that the guys seem to recognize a little bit as to where that pendant is from... You weren't worried at any point? Well... I got nothing to add, folks. I just want to point that out. Now, let's go ahead and start in on this. And you might think, oh, this is going to be a ripoff of the Battle Network 2 Castle Dungeon. Well, not so much, thankfully. But this place drove me up the freaking walls when I was playing this the first time. And we're probably going to perform as badly on it this time. Just by virtue of I'm not very good at learning things. And on top of that, the atmosphere is very lonely in this dungeon, so it doesn't really feel great to be in here. The music adds to it as well. Oh, hey, there's a Gravity Ball B chip. Alright, what do we got here? Elect Ninja. I'm actually okay with what I have at the moment. So, basically, here's the gimmick. We've got these clock faces. And if you get into another goddamn fight before you actually get to explain the gimmick of the dungeon, you'll start swearing like a fucking sailor. And sometimes an attack that's based on RNG will just choose the target that will prevent you from getting the chip you don't have. That's also a lot of fun. Wait, no, the other thing. Alright, so here. The gimmick of this dungeon is that those clock faces have hands pointing in directions, and you can manipulate them using these. And you move the hour hand to, let's say we're going to have it to 9, and the minute hand to 15 minutes. And that will give us a straight line like you see here. And we can walk across those hands. But the big gimmick is that doing that changes the hands of every clock in the dungeon. At least in the area you're in. So you have to do a lot of puzzles where you have to set up the solution for everything to be exactly the same. And it gets to be kind of irritating kind of quickly. Well, you can go up there, buddy, and have yourself a time. And indeed, this is a place where having the Tailwind Headwind add-ons would be great. But I never really thought about that. I probably should actually do that at some point. Just be like, hey, yeah, go through all the desert holes in the field. That would be a good setup. And we do get these Mantizer enemies here, which are... Mantizer? They have the Death Wiper chips, is the important thing to note here. take that. You take that, and you all can take this. How... Oh, okay, good, yeah, just... Let's have, for some reason, the power plus 30 not work at all with Druid Man. What's wrong with that? That's an issue. Okay, so, yeah, Death Wiper Eye, you saw what that did. It's a 2x3 area. Shape of this comp is a big U. That's nice. I wish you would give me a map, but we've been over that before, I believe. Actually, let's attach that to Dark Desert. I mean, there's no real need to here, but why not? Oh, I'm sorry, that was the wrong target, idiot. But thankfully the enemy didn't move before I could fire a death ray here, and we get Death Wiper in P code. There's a chance to get an asterisk code Death Wiper from getting an S rank, I believe. So that's going to be good. Even aside from that, Death Wiper and I is going to be great for an I-coded folder, which again is going to be the thing that we're going to do at some point for a few key bosses. It's not going to be our absolute top-of-the-line best folder in the entire game, but it is going to be one that we use quite a bit. There you go. Have a bunch of charge shots. That's not Tank Man. So I don't really feel like we need it. You know what I mean? Sure you do. Hey! What an asshole! I mean, really? He was still shielded when he moved! What a monumental prick! Well, 12:30, that should do us. Technically, it should be 6 o'clock if we want a straight line, but... Well, this is a video game. Ah! Hey, nice sword in I code. I think... I think that we can do the entire Element Sonic PA in that code, possibly. I admit that I am just sort of spitballing a little here, but we'll find out soon enough. Alright, Druidman, do your due diligence here. Very nice. S-code. I think I've mentioned before that S-code is, like, really strong for our purposes. Alright, hour hand can stay there. Minute hand goes, pardon me, to 15. Here's another item. So far you'll notice this is pretty easy. There's only been a little bit of instances of looping things with themselves. It's gonna get a lot worse it's gonna get a lot worse very soon, don't worry. It's not exactly fun. But we got a Hertz up, so that's nice. I hate this hand so much. This is so bad. Alright, if we can get... I was gonna say, if we can get these two to line up, that would be great. But no. Alright, do your thing, Purple Man. Purple Drink Man. Grape Soda Man. I can't think of any, like, good brands of grape soda to make as a joke. It's Purple Kool-Aid Man, I guess. Ooh. We got a security robot here. Oh, an Autoroid. This, I think, has been mentioned before as a plot point, but I don't remember offhand. And it's got 1,000 HP. We're gonna have to fight mini-bosses at the end of multiple of these sections. Also, you can see this guy is fast as hell. And has a pretty wide mix of... You asshole. You absolute... just massive, massive prick. Well, if you feel like just walking into the rest of these, that would be super cool of you. Yeah, there you go. That's right, buddy. Thud. Yeah! That damage. Get the hell out of here. Alright, so I guess we don't have to inspect the screen or anything. Time to just keep going up the stairs. And in we go. The other thing that, like, really adds to the oppressive atmosphere here is just how lonely this dungeon feels. There is nobody here to help us whatsoever. And there's just a couple of programs and a couple of areas, and it's very... just feels very sad. Not a great feeling. You're going to lose subscriber or something. Honestly, at this point, the fact that I don't lose subscriber regularly is because I don't have subscriber to lose regularly. What do you got? Go straight on the second clock. First clock, you need to go left. Do we? Hour hand. 15. So I would assume that there's a another clock over here that I can use to turn this to... Yeah, there we go. Turn to 6 o'clock. And by the way, the order of the hands does not matter, thankfully. As you get to deal with the violation of common sense, which is, hey, put something at 12:30 to make it straight. That is not how clocks work. I don't know how to tell anyone this, but it's not how clocks work. Alright, so let's take care of this goofus using basically its own attack against it. And just get money for our troubles. And speaking of which, we're going to actually go over here, and we're going to start setting this folder up. So excuse the brief break here while I start doing this. Slow gauge, I don't need that. That's for multiplayer. Do I look like I would play this multiplayer? Don't be silly. Or I guess do if you wish. So we should have, yeah, we have Iku and Iku V2. And yeah, see, well, first of all, I goofed up the inputs there, but you can't have more than the amount of those Electric Fang 2s that I have. Electric Drill, that's pretty good. And go back to code sort here. See if I have anything else worth using in here. Well, I got the Hakero, so it's a decent start. Heavy anchor. It hit pretty hard if I land it. I'm actually going to stop on that for now. That's a good start to it. We will hash more of that out later. Again, dependent primarily on us getting more of those Death Wipers in I or Asterisk, because those are going to be very, very strong things in our arsenal. And here, Tankman can just get a kill on the machine gun damage. Yeah! Don't even need the cannon shot. 20 damage to the field, that's pretty great. And there we go. That is our Asterisk code Death Wiper 1. That is a great, great get for, like, any folder. But it's probably going in the I code folder, because at this point, that's the main thing I want to work on. There we go. Yep. Paladin Lance, you. Whatever. $2,000. I don't know how to get to that item right now. And I think that, sadly, unlike every other dungeon in the game, basically, clearing this one out doesn't, like, disarm the traps, so coming back for that later, if it's not, like, easily in our path, might be a bit annoying. What do you got for us? Okay, so we can go straight across here, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be helpful. Fuck you! Fucking stupid asshole bugs. Oh, these things move around so fast. Kind of makes them one of the worst enemies in the game. Even when they do almost no damage to you. Let's get our Mega Halberd in here, and yeah. I go across. Oh, there's the Metal Napalm S. Hooray, that's not useful. So it looks like we're going to want to go down and right are our options here. So basically 615. Or 330, I suppose. That's also a viable option. And in fact, I am going to go in here. And I'm going to remove our star shield and add crimson noise. And do we have anything else of like real value here? You can add a green custom plus. Let's run and... Alright. Away we go. And I mashed through that a little too fast, as you can see. 330. And away we go. And we lose that recover, but we don't need it, so... Hooray, we destroyed the rock immediately. Not Dwayne Johnson. That would be very unfortunate if something were to happen to Dwayne Johnson that was our fault. Actually, I've got a question for you all. Is it strange to just refer to The Rock as Dwayne Johnson as opposed to Dwayne The Rock Johnson? I feel like nobody ever does that, and when they do, it just seems very odd. And there's an S rank. Let's see something different. Okay. Tadpole 1K. Meh. It's not K. $345. Let's try that. There's absolutely nothing over here. That sucks. Well. Alright, Marasa. Do that 190 damage. Yeah, see, she does her damage correctly. I don't know what Druid Man's deal is. Nice. Again, P code not so nice, but take what you can get. Alright, so we got some more robots here. 700 and 800. I think... I want to say that these chuckleheads have, like, actual elements to them and stuff. Also, yeah, we're losing out on our damage double by picking Dark Desert, but I think we can pile on enough damage with this hand that we should be fine. Oh wow, good for you using a healing move. Is there anything in a video game that's more irritating than an enemy healing? Because, like, I can't think of one offhand, right? Oh, you set yourself up for a fall and a half, Chief. Right, aim for the back. Let's distribute our damage a little bit here. Especially if we can get them to line up. And if not, we can just take out the one that's free. So, spoiler alert, by the way, we're going to be fighting the Autoroids as, like, regular enemies later on. I think they retain basically the same attacks. So, we're going to jack out, and we're going to jack back in. and go get that last blue mystery data. Because goodness knows I will not remember to come back here if I don't. I don't think the game makes you do that at any point. Set up that, and Druidman, do your thing. Let's get some decent damage in there. There we go. That cleared the field out nicely. And we got kind of crap, really. And down we go, down we go, down we go. Alright, so to get this, we're going to have to port away and set the clock to 9:30, I believe, and then port back. 9:30. And then port back, and let's see what... We'll see what's what. Hey! You got the counter even though he attacked. Nice. Real nice. I don't understand how that works, but okay. Go here, get into another kind of useless battle. God, if I have full synchro, could the game please, like, give me more Druid Man draws? Because, yeah, he still gets damage doubled from the, the thing. That was an HP memory. That's actually a good thing to pick up. By the way, I didn't even make mention of the fact that Shanghai, being actually kind of an intruder right now, said that she's not an intruder to Autoroids. Even though, well... Oh yeah, you think it's going to be different, do you? What, do you have your Navi in there? Buddy? Is that what's going on? I bet that's what the deal is that we're facing a boss at the end of this section. Also, these two there's more than one area linked together. I think that also happens here. And we get into a fight like this, huh? This is sub-ideal, to say the least. Wow, they go fast. I'm kind of impressed, actually. Whoop somewhere where I can hit you. That's better. Let's take him out with our Buster. And we somehow still got an S rank. That's kind of funny. And now comes the part where I just don't know what I'm doing anymore, because, yeah, a lot of this does not stick in the memory very well. Let's see if we can't, not hurt ourselves too much mentally. And yeah, we're surrendering a full synchro to throw down what I think is only 4 sand pits. No, there's 5. So when they start jumping around, they should start taking a ton of damage. That's right, just lean into it. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's take that. And we get the gravity field. Is that what that is? Gravity field? Yeah. Makes all enemies heavy. Well, I guess it's nice to have a status effect that is guaranteed to hit, but that's not the super useful one, so meh. Or not a super useful one, rather. Okay, 6 o'clock, 9:15, 3 o'clock, 12:30. It's right in front of me. I'm actually going to write this down, so excuse the pause in video. That is actually just a thing with how the thing goes, the game. When you defocus from the window, it just kind of goes, we're not going to move forward any. So that's 12 o'clock, all right. Six o'clock is not going to... Well, 6 o'clock is basically where we're at right now. So let's try moving to 9:15. Three o'clock and 12:30. That message is very unfamiliar to me. I'm wondering if I, like, didn't actually talk to that Chucklehead at some point. It's calling everything a Chucklehead at this juncture. This dungeon does bad things to me mentally. This is not the kind of puzzle solving that I'm good at. Nice. So, next clock, we go to 3 o'clock. That's going to let us turn upward and probably go in a really weird direction. Alright, so let's go invisible. Alright, come here. Nice. Just ripped in half from that shockwave. Very, very good. Alright, and now 12:30. Again, back to that straight angle, and here we go. Did we miss anything that way? Well, it appears that maybe we did. Alright. Tank Man, do your thing. Oh, the damage from the machine gun is not doubled by full synchro. That kind of sucks. Hey, another I-code death wiper. We haven't found one of those for a while. Okay, so that's the next section. Is there over there? No, there's not enough space for it. Alright, so here we are in Clock Tower Comp 4. This place, if I recall correctly, it was this one, just absolutely demolished me for a good length of time. Alright, nice that we managed to sneak that in there. Alright, well, why don't you fly into a sand hole? There we go. Thank you, very helpful. Again, thank you, very helpful. I'm sure that that's just going to follow. The design does kind of... You know, that's what level design is like in a video game. Alright. Going straight ahead, and again, and here is where things start getting a little bit of us having to toggle things around a little bit. Now, obviously, we can't really go back without having a very specific arrangement of things, so let's not even bother with that. throughout our desert. And now we're going to have to deal with the enemy up in the front through pretty basic methods of dealing with enemies up front. Oh, wait, there's still another sandpit. Never mind. Phew, for a second I thought we were going to have to fight something the regular way, but no. And I'm having a surprising amount of difficulty remembering which direction is left and right for some reason. I fully blame the isometric view and not my own incompetence. Because goodness knows, I am completely perfect at every video game. And if you believe that, wait till you hear about this swampland! Get off the board, please. Hey, Silver Knife C. That is interestingly rare thing to get. So, as was alluded to, the fastest way between 2 points is a straight line. And we're going to try and test that out here. And I'm also going to work on shoving some more crap into this folder. You know what? Yeah, the gravity ball can go in there. Death Wipers, we have as many as we can have. So we do get that. And we go across. And we get into another boring fight. I was gonna say, look at this enemy refusing to move. And then it did, so never mind. Never mind what I was about to say. Yes, we've heard that before. There's nothing over here. What about this way? This is gonna have to be the way forward. Not to be confused with the game company way forward. That's something different entirely. Alright, this might actually be a double kill. Yeah. Unfortunately, we moved around too much to get the S rank and get a Crimson Noise reward there, which would have been nice. I think. Alright, so is this going to get us that treasure over there? Because I would like to have that if I could. That would be nice. It would look nice on my mantelpiece, you know. You know. There we go. That gets rid of the enemy in a not necessarily super amazing way, but there's our item. And now we have to go 330. Are we at the end of this area already? How did I have so much trouble with this the first time? That's kind of bizarre. Like, wow, I guess it really is just showing that I was super distracted. Although, then again, I see that there is an Area 5 that's... Maybe that's where I was having just an amazingly shit-tacular time. Oh, hey, I didn't realize that that thing would take double damage from Maras's anchor, but that's nice. I will gladly accept that. Although I guess Earth takes double damage from water. So, yeah. Oh, do I now? Who would have guessed? 45, nothing there. 12, 15. And again, this part is going to be a place where the commentary will get very, very boring, and for that I apologize in advance. Because I really don't mean to be, like, no fun whatsoever and stuff like this, but I really do need to just focus up and, you know, get this right. Thankfully, the battles are pretty simple. Poison net, M. I will take that if I decide to rebuild an M. Yes, yes, the idea is that we want to go in a straight line. So, we gotta set that up, and remember that being a oh, hello there, Vic of the Void. Thank you for the raid. I would absolutely buy that for $1 because that's about all I have to my name. I have a little more money than that, but I am not exactly what you would call a wealthy person. How was your stream? Whatever it was you were streaming, I probably should have a shout-out command so that way I can see that better. I think most of us I think most people who stream are or have been at some point incredibly broke. Unless they're like VTubers, in which case, you know, why would you be coming to this stream? Speaking of which, somebody earlier this week sent me a notification of what appears to be auditions for becoming a VTuber. And I'm really not sure what to say to that because, like, I'm far too nervous of a person to do that. Jedi Fallen Order, though. That is a game that I have not actually played. I hope it's good. Obviously, I hope that most people who stream games are streaming games they like. Unless you're intentionally, like, streaming a bad game. If you're streaming a bad game on purpose, then get out of it what you get out of it. And I hope that the end results are entertaining for your audience. Not generally a Souls-like player. I didn't even know that that's what that was. So, neat, though. We're just playing a little more of this. We've been at this game for about a month now, I think. This has been my Monday game. For those of you who are new to the channel, I do a longish game, i.e. usually an RPG, on Mondays. On Wednesdays, I play more of a short-ish game. Fridays are what I deem casual Friday. And on that, I play something that typically is, like, not part of a regular series, or is me doing a post-game for a game that I finished and decided, hey, let's relegate this to an off day so that way people can experience some more new, you know, so that way I can cycle through games better for people to be able to see them more, see more games rather. And Saturdays, I've just recently decided to add on Saturdays that I will be doing randomizers of various games exclusively on Saturdays. Mostly because I realized I was doing so many Metroid Prime randomizers because I love those. And I didn't want it to interrupt me doing things like getting around to the other 30% or so of things that I need to pick up in Hollow Knight and all this other stuff. So yeah, that's what that's about. And again, I thank you for watching, and I can understand that too, Zephy, because I've definitely gone through a few lengths of time where I have just not streamed at all, and it's it's weird because in a case like that, it's like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, and then afterwards, you're just like, wow, I really, really miss this. Randomizers are a little hit and miss. There are some pretty great ones out there. There are some pretty questionable ones out there. And admittedly, a lot of it will come down to the source game. Like, there are some games where randomization will get you either very, very little, or they are so stiff in how their progression would be that you randomizing will just kind of make the experience worse. Oh, that is very understandable. Yeah, hopefully you get to, hopefully things get to a place where you get a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of alone time. That sounds a little bit terrible in a way, I guess, but, you know, only so much, you know. I feel like I'm describing it wrong, basically. There's a good Aria of Sorrow randomizer out there. Gotcha. I didn't know about that. Although I admit that my dealings in Castlevania have, like, often been a little bit scattered in terms of my feelings there. I keep meaning to play more of them more, but I just never get around to it. Like, I start and then I get distracted. Alright, so now we gotta go find that clock again and see if I can do something with it. To deal with all of this. Yeah, I guess there is also that there are kind of a lot of, well, there's a lot of games in general. There's a lot of Castlevania games. Shockingly varied, really. There's, like, Lords of Shadow and Circle of the Moon would definitely be very different experiences, just as an example. Speaking of Circle of the Moon, is anyone in my chat, like, old enough and have long enough of a memory to remember a time when that game had just come out on the Game Boy Advance, and because of how the Game Boy Advance was, you just could not see anything with it, and even getting it into the light lighting conditions, even getting it into the right lighting conditions was an absolute bastard. And oh wow, that get a load of this jackass. This snake is not very nice. Play in class with the buddy. That there definitely was quite a bit of social gaming in our past. I definitely not so much Castlevania, but I definitely played with various Game Boy systems with classmates quite a bit, especially Pokemon stuff. Like, my parents were very apprehensive about getting me, well, my brother and myself, really, Game Boys, because she was like, oh, well, you'll play them in class, or you'll get them taken away by a teacher or something, and while they were never confiscated from either of us, as far as I know, we definitely both had various times where we would be playing around with those things at school. And, you know, definitely kind of a stinker thing to do a little bit there, you know. Alright, so we have to... I gotta hash out now how I'm even supposed to do this, because clearly the idea is go in a straight line, but I don't 100% know how to set that up here. This area is like a huge nasty puzzle that is made so much tougher by the lack of a map feature. And granted, that's pretty normal for Battle Network games, so I probably should be sitting here, like, actually drawing this map out a little bit. 345. Let's take a look over here, and there's nothing. So we're back to square one. We go back to 1215, and we're set up with this angle, and we have to figure out where we can access from here that would get us to one of those clocks. So, yeah, rewinding a bit, that is my main memory of Circle of the Moon, is that my brother had it, and he could not play this game for love nor money, because the original Game Boy Advance was not very good when it came to finding angles for it to be well lit at. And, oh, we're getting a style change. And the game itself was very visually dark, if I recall correctly. And we're gonna skip over taking this style, as before. So, yes, if memory serves, playing that on an original GBA, which I have the game and I have an original GBA, I could probably grab a couple of AA batteries and, like, just toy around with it a little bit later on in order to confirm or deny. I just remember it being borderline impossible, and my brother being so hype about the SP for reasons of it having that backlight, or more appropriately a front light in the early models. And that just made our lives so much easier in general, even for other games. Not to mention the fact that it had a really good battery life for a handheld with a rechargeable battery. The SP battery lasts longer than a lot of the batteries in current stuff that Nintendo uses these days. Like, I think that is the strongest battery that's been in a Nintendo product since. Granted, I just use my Switch plugged in all the time, so, like, I don't even care about the battery life. Just use it plugged in handheld mode and forget about the fact that it even has a battery, basically. Okay, once again, we're back here with no good way to make this work. I'm gonna apparently fuck this whole thing up here. I'll try setting it to 615. Maybe that is the issue, is that I've been, like, just fucking that up here. Right, so we're going to throw all this stuff out with our max gauge, and we're still not going to get what we want here? Well, okay. Alright, Sun Game, do this, and take the Death Wiper. My goal was to try to get an area grab so that way I could just... Oh, thanks a lot, Marasa. You're doing absolutely amazing. Except the opposite. So my question is, have I been screwing this up and forgetting a path that's over here? And apparently the answer to that is no. So I'm now back to what the fuck am I missing? Obviously this is doable because I've done it before. I just do not remember how to do it. Railgun 3, that's nice. That could be pretty powerful. And in fact, it's in our main code here, so I'm going to use that. It's 200 damage. What's not to like, really? Well, aside from the fact that that's our main Dragon Slayer weapon that we just removed, basically, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine, I think. Alright, so nothing going on in this corner of the map. Up and further up. Go in the corner. Or, I mean, you could also not, and I could just draw this. Alright. I'll be taking that health. And getting a chip that I'm not really going to use, especially not in that code. Q, unsurprisingly, remaining a bit of the gimmick code in this game. As in other Battle Network games. Nice. All right. Yeah, see, that's still really, really strong. Even if it's not, like, gonna end every single battle at this point, it's still pretty good. Down and to the right. Actually, I feel like I should double check that there isn't somewhere else I can go in that direction. Gotta remember, that's double damage. Could have done that a lot quicker if I hadn't been trying to set up for an attack that wouldn't be freaking necessary. Alright, so we're over here. We've been over here? Probably. But at this point, I'm just in a generalized state of confusion here that, yeah. Some of that. Shit. That's not even gonna begin to hit. That's a pain. You know, I feel like I've just realized that it's kind of a pain having a character named Marissa and a character named Marasa in this game. It feels like they should be, like, bootlegs of each other, right? That seems like a bit of an oversight, but to be fair, that's also a case in the original canon, i.e. in Touhou, not in Battle Network. There is no character named either of those names in any of the Battle Network games. Okay, here we go. Here's the clock finally. All right, you have anything insightful to say, program? Aside from, wow, it took you fucking long enough to remember to make this turn, huh? And to that, I would say, well, I guess you've got a point, don't you? I don't like to admit it, but here we are. You do your punch, and I will do mine. Because you paused to area grab. You recommend going straight, huh? Yeah, that's been what you've been setting up this whole time. That the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Yes. I get it. And excuse me, that was a noise I made. And in that case, that's, like, actually true twice. The point that was just stated there. I forgot about that. Alright, barrier. Marissa. Go top. Use that like a second too late to not get the kill with the machine gun. That will do, I guess. I could have done better than that, I'm quite sure. Alright. Alright. Are we, like, almost done with this area? Ooh, I see a boss. I see a boss. Get a load of this, Chungus. Ah-cha-cha-cha-cha! Scissor Man at the top of a clock tower. Do you guys think that was intentional? Scissor Man, clock tower. You know. Or Tarakan, eh? Tarkata? Takartans? Whatever they're... I forget how the name of those things goes from Mortal Kombat. But you know what I'm talking about. Baraka and his Baraka relatives. Shit! Yeah, so he jumps a lot. And I just wasted my big stun attack. That... Ow! Sweet. Good God, this damage is pretty gross. I should switch out of this style at the earliest convenience. Unfortunately, when you start taking damage, the, Yes, I almost thought you said Chrono Trigger for a second there, but no, it's... No, Clock Tower. Clock Tower is, indeed, to my recollection, a Capcom title. Although, of course, keep in mind that this isn't an official Capcom game. This is a thing where I get killed. Ouch. Yes, we need to do that a little differently because there's a slight problem with this enemy being grass element and me being earth type in that we take double damage. And I'm going to book it the fuck out of there real quick. And yeah. What's this emote? Yeah, that sums it up. Sad. That's a pretty good emote. This hand looks very familiar, so we're gonna do things this way. Alright, and you get stunned here, right? Can we charge up a flaming murder fist into... Ow! We could have if we didn't get caught out there. And, yeah, this is gonna be a lot of these attacks are gonna be a problem because they come a little too fast for me to get things going without getting flinched. I'm just gonna use these for now. Oh, okay, so he does go on this rope. So yeah, this is an issue with the high M cannon program advance, which is pretty good. Oh my god, those block tiles. That is... I never knew that. That's pretty crummy, I'm not gonna lie. That's a little not nice. Alright, so Dark Desert plus stun should get us a pretty decent ability to get in some damage. If he feels like letting me be able to punch him... Oh, okay, I thought I was immune there from something, but no, that sucked. Maybe just from the barrier still being a thing. This is a shockingly hard boss. I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting this to be this hard, but to be fair, 2000 HP at this point, we're not even through the story, and we're facing the kind of HP counts that final bosses in these games usually do. This is absolutely, as I've said before, this is designed with the idea that you've played Battle Network games before, and I almost wonder if I'm having performance anxiety right now. Oh, that's a semi-whiff, but we got 20 damage, I guess. And how about a bit of a death ray? Alright, if you'd like to stay put. I do realize, by the way, that yes, I should be switching out of this style already, because not doing that is a really, really stupid and risky move. And here we go. This is the kind of area lock we want on our side. I'm actually going to switch to witch style here, because charging up that punch is not very easy with how slow our charge attack is, but we should be able to do some bonus elemental damage here. Yeah, you're having a bit of an ugly time here now that you have only a column to deal with me on, aren't you, Scissorman? You son of a... Oh my god, this was really stupid of me. Also, I've realized just now that the whole thing about that spitting attack, it's designed purposefully to be set up as an instant kill. He's using it based on what my HP is, not his. This, I actually really like that, because it's a reference to probably one of my favorite attacks in the whole regular Battle Network franchise, where in Battle Network 6, and I don't think in 5, but definitely in 6, Colonel had this attack where he would throw his cloak at you, and if it hit you, it would just outright murder you. You son of a... You asshole. You... What a jerk. I am quite sad from that, especially because I just dodged the attack before, but we're getting this. We're getting very lucky is what we're getting here. Unfortunately, these draws are really not so good. We'll do this. If you could continue to miss me with your things, that would be cool. Max gauge, just skip straight to the next turn. And Bupkis. What a complete joke of a draw. Get punched, son! Yeah, enjoy your only 3 hits that he's gonna take from that still, but better than nothing. Unfortunately, he's now, I was going to say he's now in a defensible position in terms of his ability to get punched there, but it seems to have... Ugh! God damn, that's fast. I'm kind of shocked by how fast he does that cross slash so many times, because you can see that it's got a lot of... It looks like it's got a lot of wind up to it. And then it doesn't for some reason. I really need this deck to give me some better draws here. Maybe I do have too many PAs here. Alright. If you could not do this from the back would be great. Fuck you. Okay, fine. Just don't do it anywhere. Would be better. Alright. Yeah! There we go. Wow, I'm so bad at this fight. I don't think I was ever good at it, but yeah. Nice, nice to land a punch there at the end. Felt good. And here we go with the rest of the scenario. I'm pretty sure she's not safe, as she's literally still up there with the dude with the gun, who, again, could just throw her off the building, too, if he wanted to. And, yeah, spoiler alert, sorry, Wriggle's a girl. I have some bad news about this. The way this scene is written is very, feels pretty bad, in my opinion. But, yeah, obviously, they're not going to, change this about an existing Touhou character. Yeah, Wriggle Nightberg. This whole thing, again, like using... The thing is also that the fandom loves to use Wriggle as the token crossdresser, or in some cases trans character. So there's a whole reason why I just feel like this is particularly awful. Also, like, did it not just look like Wriggle had just stepped on the dude's foot? Then again, there's not enough animation in a lot of those things. And yes, again, teenager with a gun, blah, blah, blah. And of course, a hang glider. Hang glider? Where would that guy have had a fucking hang glider on his person? I feel like even if, like, the frame of a hang glider was folded up, which I would imagine is a thing that is very common. I'm not exactly a hang glider expert. I mean, I guess it would have to be up his butt. But seriously, that thing would be big enough for somebody to notice, hey, he's got a hang glider. And if Racing is such a crack shot, like, that's not going to be the target in any regard. But I digress. Also, I believe that Wriggle's name just changed a little bit there. Nightberg to Knightsburg suddenly. I think I was incorrect about that. Alice, you know bisexuals exist, right? Like, that is a thing that exists and looks at this series. Imagine thinking you're straight and being a Touhou character. Like, really? Well, Back home we go. And again, we're just going to leave that. We're just going to leave that because I have opinions. And who wants to deal with that? I mean, I already probably overstepped what may have been a boundary by mentioning the whole thing with Twitch and removing the word blind. Well, let's start chucking some stuff in here. And see, we're not even allowed to have a whole lot of Paladin Lances because they're so expensive. What I'm doing here, by the way, is that I'm counting out the number of a chip that I can have in a folder before I just start throwing them in wildly. In case for some reason I decide that I want to build a folder with some of these. It could happen. And there we go. Let's put in 10 things in the chip trader. Let's see what we get. Normal road asterisk. It's repair, but ass. Thanks, game. Leaf Wave K. That will, like, hit the entire field in a weird zigzagging pattern. It's pretty alright. It's basically, think the pattern of Tankman's machine guns, but faster and without time being stopped. Dig Drill 1 asterisk. We've seen that before, I think. Storm asterisk. Again, hits target 2 away 8 times. Great damage if you can line it up right. That's a big if, though. Firearm 3. Oh, that's pretty good. O-Code is not necessarily my favorite, but again, yeah. Sword K. Nah, it's a starter chip. Tanu God 1G. This is like Guardian, but smaller if you played any of the original games. If not, Guardian set up an obstacle that, when hit by either team, would deal 200 damage to the attacker's entire field. It was pretty good, and it, like, pierced everything, so, again, very, very strong. I don't know if this pierces everything, though. I hope it does. That would be great. Dust Bomb, U. Gravity Field, E. We saw one of those earlier, but this is in a different code. E code, I think, is better, actually. Firearm 2, H. So, no shock runaway bullshit like what we got that one time. But, you know, some interesting things, I guess. Do we... These are all I code, but I'm gonna throw 2 of these away, because, yeah. Definitely don't need that many. Is there like anything else in here to even really worry about? I'm sure that I have overstock of a couple of other things here. Let me just get a quick look through here. Oh, there's one. That should be enough. Let's see if we can get anything else hilarious. I missed what that first one was. Tadpole 2. Turns once towards closest enemy. Okay, so it's a rat-on, but not very good. Melt Wax. That inflicts the melt status effect, which causes the targets to deal half damage. That's pretty good. Ooh, that's one that I might goof around with for another folder. Alright, so I think that's basically the end of this scenario, and oh yeah, we gotta go hand out our souvenirs we got, because I forgot about that being a thing that happened. Hey, you. Yeah, it sounds like a big nerd thing to say, but I'll take 25k. That's very nice. Alright. Rika, are you not here? Okay. That's right. She's probably watching Tenchi's house. Oh, there you go, Mari. Have your thing. Alright, so we go over to the other building. Alright, Tsubaki, what's the deal here, you big nerd? I'll fight him some other time. As it is getting a little bit late over here. Yeah. Oh, hey, Tenchi is home, too. Neat. And time to go home, you say? Well, you know what? I think I'm going to disagree with that, and we're going to take in a fight here. So an important thing to note, I think I've mentioned this before, is that Iku doesn't really seem to bother ever getting stunned. Like, it just does not work on her whatsoever for some reason. However, she can definitely hit stun. She can definitely hit stun us pretty good. And we'll spend the power plus 30 on that, because that seems to have been a bit of a bust. We might end up having to remove that. There's a quick 120. Damn it. I did that really, really badly. Okay, yeah, my folder is actually kind of garbage for this fight, come to think of it. I've got some stuff that works really well here, but I also still have those dark deserts, or the one dark desert, rather, which, I mean, if that lands multiple positions on the back column, that's good, but that's a big if. And our stuns are useless. Although that said, I am going to try throwing these out here. Alright, Dark Desert. Yeah, see, we got one of those to land. Also, we managed to hit her while she was in mid-drill drive. That's pretty great. Yeah, I need to definitely rework this for this fight, because this is not really going super well. That's a lot more lightning strikes than before. However, of course, Droid Man is just going to clean up for us because, as always, he is going to miss because there's a hole there or something, I guess. That was unexpected. As you can guess by the fact that I didn't really take anything except for the Aura Sword otherwise. Thankfully the laser beam just does the job eventually, and yeah, that didn't go over very well. I need a folder that works better for that fight, to say the least. And before we wrap for the evening, I'm going to go into here and see what I can do in terms of any other folder customizations. Well, first of all, we got to get these in here. Because otherwise, that would just be silly. White card can probably go there. These cross swords are nice and all, but I'm going to substitute that for Aura Sword. If we're using drills that much, Big Drill 1 would probably be good. Not Headwind, Tailwind to pull the enemies in for drills. God, I really need more area grab asterisks. Those things are just very, very good. We're not going to take out another fight here. I got a feeling that eventually I'm gonna start off-screen grinding here and there for stuff instead of just showing everything on screen. Which, you know, hopefully nobody minds that, but yeah. So, you know, if anybody wants to weigh in on that, wants to be like, hey, no, don't ever do that. That's bad. Well, feel free to let me know. Oh, hey, so we can just fly to Engelles whenever we want to, and we're able to do stuff on the boat whenever. That's nice. Which is good, because there's a secret dungeon we can access from the boat. Not right now, obviously, but later. Oh. This is just like every other Battle Network game. As we get close to the end. This is for construction of a large gate exceed projected timeline. Ooh. Large gate, you say? That's... So are they going to open a portal to hell and we're going to have to enter Doom? Well, we will do that later, and by later I mean the next time I stream. So let's go ahead and let's save, and let us cut the stream off there.